I'm Harrison Keeley. Here's what you need to know today. First, today could bring a true winter storm. The National Weather Service says 2 to 4 inches of snow are possible with ice on top of that, and temperatures won't warm past freezing until Saturday. Yesterday, the eastern U.S. was by far the coldest place in the world compared to average temperatures. That helped TVA reach a record peak energy demand for the month of February. In all, the winter weather has claimed 11 lives in Tennessee. 3 of those deaths were in the Chattanooga area. On Thursday, an 85-year-old man was found dead of hypothermia in Sequatchie County, and a 44-year-old man's death was hypothermia-related in Roane County. The Chattanooga Community Kitchen says the homeless man who froze to death near the shelter never actually came inside. That contradicts several homeless people who told us they saw Douglas King get put out of the kitchen after drinking in the bathroom and cursing out the staff. But the shelter's director, Jens Christensen, says King was not turned away. He says some people tried to get King to come inside, but King chose not to. He says the drunk man did get put out of the shelter Monday night, but police took that man to another shelter. A Chattanooga man has been arrested after a house fire in East Lake last night. The fire caused $100,000 in damages, and 3 adults have been displaced. Now officials say 38-year-old Kelvin Dwayne Moore has been charged with aggravated arson and booked into the Hamilton County Jail. Chattanooga police say the woman arrested for striking a firefighter with her car had been drinking on the job at a bar where she works. Andrea Payne was charged with DUI and leaving the scene of a crash February 1st in the accident that injured Lieutenant Larry O'Rear. Payne was reportedly a bartender at Fanatics Sports Bar and Grill. Now the bar could have its alcohol permit revoked or suspended. The beer board will hear the case March 5th. Another headliner has been announced for this summer's Riverbend Festival. The Gregg Allman Band will perform on the main stage June 12th, and on the same night, former Allman Brothers drummer Jimo and former Allman guitarist Jack Pearson will also perform on other stages at the festival. Officials say the 3 former bandmates may end up on stage together for a jam session by the end of the night. The one pump keeping the dilapidated Allen Casey barge afloat has burst in the freezing weather. The vessel could be just months away from being scrapped after a bank offered a loan to get the job done. But now, unless a new pump comes soon, the barge could sink to the bottom of the river in about a week. Likely presidential candidate Jeb Bush plans to visit Tennessee. Tennessee is among the early states holding primaries in 2016. Bush will headline the Tennessee Republican Party's annual fundraiser May 30th in Nashville. A former Miss Tennessee was recently diagnosed with cancer. Marty Browning-Dunagan graduated from East Ridge High School and won the crown in 1985. Now in her 50s, she's a preschool teacher in Chattanooga. A few weeks ago, she found out she had breast cancer and began chemotherapy. But she didn't want to just show up to class one day with a bald head, so she decided to get her hair cut in front of her students and make a lesson out of it. Marty's donating her hair to Locks of Love, which provides wigs for cancer patients. She says her prognosis is good. All she asks for are prayers and some silly hats. Turning to weather, today will be cloudy with a high near 32 degrees. The low tonight will be around 29. That's it for today's news. Thanks for being with us. You can find more on these stories and breaking news all day long at timesfreepress.com.